Hello everyone and welcome to episode 15 of All the Mods 3. So this is going to be a very chaotic episode because we have to cover Psi mod and we have to cover Embers in order to make the All the Mods Star. And the fun part is, I know nothing about Embers. Hi. Let's start with a few things that I know. I know that we are going to need an ancient motif core. You can craft it, but the recipe looks complicated. We can use it to make the codex or the Wildfire core, which is used in the Orb of Transcendence and in All the Mod Star. The ancient motif cores drop from golems, and unfortunately I killed all the golems that I ever saw, and I never captured one of them. So we're going to make one and capture it in order to farm it. So apparently you make one like this. Cool. Oh, he has a very powerful knockback. Nice. So we put him in the duplicator. Whoa, okay. And farm them a little bit. Now we can craft an ancient codex, which is your in-game wiki. An atmospheric gauge in order to detect embers. And the Tinker's Hammer, which is our wrench. And apparently you have to walk around in order to find a place which has high concentration of embers. And unfortunately, being the genius that I am, I already prepared a place without even making the atmospheric gauge. This is our embers base, and it's underground because we need it to be near bedrock. So we are going to do it here, regardless of how much ember there is. In order to extract the embers from the bedrock, we are going to need an ember bore. So one ember bore, one mechanical core in order to access it, and then we are going to need two item extractors. One to provide the ember bore with fuel, which is coal, and one to extract the embers from the ember bore. So the item extractors is like your servo in thermal expansion, and everything in this mod requires a redstone signal, so I made a lot of levers, and they also look nice. I like it. So we provide this thing with coal. Where did it go? Do you need that much coal? Okay, I have coal. And it also has nice animation. The blades are digging through the bedrock. Do we have ember? Oh wow, okay. We already got 2 ember crystals. Nice. I thought that we will have problems. We don't. That's nice. Yeah, the level is still low. I don't know why we got embers so fast. We are also going to need 2 pressure refineries. Embers is the fuel in this mod, and in order to activate it we are either going to need an ember activator or pressured refineries, which are slightly more efficient than the ember activator, so we're going with that one. Pressure refineries require water in order to operate, so I put 2 infinite water sources down there. And we are also going to need 2 blocks of electrum. Apparently if you put certain types of block underneath the pressure refinery, it will boost its efficiency. I saw it at the Mischief of Mice channel, and he said that yeah, electrum gives you the best yield, so I'm going to use electrum. But you can use copper, you can use fire, you can use lava, you can use whatever you want. We have plenty of electrum, and I trust Mischief of Mice, so we use electrum. Alright guys, I moved them 1 block to the side because I wanted to put a crate under there so that we can feed it automatically with embers. Well, not automatically, we have to put things in the crate ourselves, but that's not a difficult thing. I thought it will be more aesthetically pleasing. So, do you get embers? And I want to also know if the item extractor does round robin. Why you no get embers? Oh, I have to flick the switch. Hi. So, did you do round robin or... Okay. Well, so it divides the embers between both of the refineries. That is nice. I also made a copper cell, which is apparently like a capacitor bank, but for embers. So we are going to put 2 ember receptors here and 2 ember emitters on the refineries, so that they will transfer the embers to the copper cell. And we shift right click. Are you connected? Or do you need also a redstone signal? Oh yeah, they do need a redstone signal. Good to know. Apparently you cannot fit 2 ember receptors with 1 ember emitter. This is why I added another copper cell, so that we can add more ember emitters on the sides, so that we can have more devices functioning, because now we have more sides. Our next order of business is to get downstone, and downstone is an alloy of gold and copper in a mixing centrifuge. So we are going to need 2 melters, and 1 mixer centrifuge. We put them on the floor and I will hook them up to crates. The ember receptor has to be connected to the bottom part of the melters, otherwise it will not work. The top part is only for giving it raw material and getting the liquid out. So we also connect this one and both of them should be working. Cool, so now if I provide this one with gold, this should start melting the gold. Are you? Well, I see particle effect, so it's probably doing its job. And if you put a fluid dial on each of these melters on the top part, you can see how much fluid is inside. So that one had gold and this one has copper. Cool, we are good to go. So now we can put our mixer centrifuge and start making downstone. Just remember that molten gold and molten copper should go to the bottom half of the mixer centrifuge and not the top half. The top half is only for extracting downstone, which we are already making. Perfect. Now we have to convert that molten downstone into ingots and plates, and for that we are going to need a stamper. So we need the stamper base on the bottom, of course, and the stamper itself goes 1 block on top of the stamper base, like so. And then we remove this block. Cool. Now I have to do the piping. The stamper does not have an internal inventory for items, so it will spit out everything outside, and in order to collect it we should put a bin underneath, otherwise we have to use a vacuum hopper. I also made a bar stamp, which is like ingot cast from Tinker's Construct, and we just have to hook this thing up to embers and it should be good to go. I'm guessing it's on top. Oh, and it's working. That's nice. So do you need a redstone signal, or a redstone signal just turns you off? I don't know. But in any case, we have downstone ingots. I don't like this setup that much because I don't know if a bin can hold more stuff than... I mean, it can hold more than one type of item. So I'm guessing the easiest way is that we put an item dock underneath and extract everything into another crate. We can also switch the bar stamp with a plate stamp in order to get downstone plates. There you go. Alright guys, I made a few changes. I first added 3 more ember bores, and I'm not sure if they conflict with each other or not, but so far I've been getting much more embers than I used to get. I also added 2 new pressure refineries, another copper cell, in order to make a new wing for our ember setup, because we need to get into alchemy. Alchemy requires 2 things, aspects and ashes. In order to make ashes, we are going to need a cinder pint. A cinder pint converts any item that you give it into ashes. So we're going to provide it with cobblestone, and apparently it's also like the stamper, so it spits off ashes everywhere, and in order to avoid that, we are also going to use a bin underneath it. So I'll set this up and I'll be back. This was actually easier than I thought. We provide it with cobblestone and it gives us ashes. It's still glitchy because the cobblestone glitches out, but in any case. I also made a melter and another stamping machine because we need to make the aspects. Aspects are also very easy to make and it's not as difficult as I thought. We have 5 different aspects: iron, downstone, copper, lead and silver. What you have to do is to smelt 1 ingot of every type and then add the ember shards in the stamp machine. And then when the ingot is melted, which I'm waiting for it, yeah, it's melted, we just flick the lever and we have our iron aspect. Cool. Now we have to do it for the other 4 ingots: copper, lead, silver, and finally downstone. Now that we have all the 5 aspects, we can move into alchemy. Therefore, we need 5 alchemy pedestals, 1 exchange tablet, and 1 beam cannon, which is not as cool as it sounds. The first item that we're going to craft with our alchemical setup is an inflicting gem. The top part of the recipe tells you what items go into the exchange tablet, and the bottom part of the recipe tells you which aspects should you put in the alchemical pedestals, and it also tells you the range of ashes that it will require. It will not tell you how much exactly, But if you get the amount of ashes wrong, you will get an alchemical waste, and that alchemical waste will tell you how much extra or less have you put into the recipe, so you can adjust it. In any case, the first one will be a trial and error, but after that we would be able to put the exact amount of ashes. All that being said, this is our alchemical setup, and the beam cannon is the device which will activate the alchemical crafting. When it gets enough embers, it will fire a burst and alchemical crafting will start. So for the downstone I'm going to put 36, and for lead I'm going to put 28 ashes. Now we can flick the lever and the beam cannon will get embers and it will fire a burst. How much embers do you need? Really? Embers is expensive, dude. Oh, okay, it started. Cool. Now I just turned this off because beam cannon is actually a literal cannon, so it will kill me if it fires again. And we have to wait for this to finish. And we got an alchemical waste. So if I read the information on the alchemical waste, it should tell me, yeah, I need 8 more ashes on each pedestal. So this time I'm going to put 44 ashes for the downstone and 36 for the lead. There you go. And we start the process again. And yes, we have our Inflicter gem. The next item is an Ember Crystal Cluster, and we're going to need it for the Wildfire core. After doing the trial and error part, you need 36 for the copper and 36 ashes for the downstone. Cool, now we can move on to the Wildfire core. For the Wildfire core, we need 44 ashes in the iron aspect and 28 in the silver aspect. And finally, we have our Wildfire core. So Embers is almost done. I just have to make a few more items. I have to make the Wildfire cores again, I have to make the Inflicter gems again, and that could take some time. So I will do that and I will bring you back for the Psi mod. Welcome back everyone, and now it's time to get into Psi mod. If you didn't know, Psi is a really cool and creative mod. It allows you to make various spells and allows you to have a lot of fun if you put enough time into it. Unfortunately, I did not use it that much in this playthrough, but now we're at a certain point that we need the Ivory blocks in order to make the Anima Mundi, which goes into the Orb of Transcendence. It is not possible to make a tutorial on Psi mod because it's so creative. So my idea is that I will show you how to get to Psi level 15 in order to get the Ebony and Ivory, and then maybe in the future episodes we play around a little bit and make various spells and have a little bit of fun. If you're not holding a rod or a cat from Psi mod in your hand, pressing C will bring you the in-game manual. First thing you're going to need is a rod constructor and an iron rod frame. If you put your rod frame in the rod constructor, you will get a focusing rod. Drop some redstone on the floor and right click with your rod, and now you're at Psi level 1. And also you get Psi dust. Now that you have Psi dust, you can make a spell inscriber. Press C again and go to tutorial 1 and press learn. The first tutorial is very easy. It requires you to do a debug. So we need the debug trick and the caster, and we just have to target the debug trick to the caster and your spell is ready. So now it's time to make a new rod, and I'm making a golden one. A humble rod crux, a minor rod notch, a varnish for the color, which is optional, and a spell node. Then we combine everything except the node inside a rod constructor and we get another focusing rod. Then shift right click with the node on the spell inscriber to copy the spell and go back to your rod constructor and put the node inside your rod. So now you have your debug spell in your rod. Press C while holding the rod, select the debug spell and right click. There you go, we're now at level 2. Now that you know the basics, I'm going to fast forward through the progression. Just remember that the red spell on each level is the one that you have to use in your spell in order to progress. So I'll be doing that and I will see you when we reach level 15. Now that we have access to Psi metal, we can convert some gold into Psi and upgrade our rod. Alright guys, we have reached level 15 and we have access to Ebony and Ivory as well as Greater Infusion. So I prepared 3 spell inscribers. One has the trick infusion, the other one has Greater Infusion, which is for Psi crystals, and the third one is Ebony and Ivory. I also prepared 3 new nodes so that we can program them again, and we put it in our rod. There we go. And that's just a visual glitch. I don't have 2 rods. The Ebony and Ivory has to be performed in the end, so I will go there and I will bring you back. So Ivory is just converting quartz into ivory. There you go. And Ebony is just coal. And I'm waiting for my Psi energy to catch up, otherwise I will die. Perfect. We have both of them. I thought since we have time, we should also cover 2 other things that we're going to need. One of them is the singularities from Applied Energistics 2, and I'm very surprised because that cobblestone generator does not require power, which is nice. I thought since we have an Applied Energistics system in the old base, which already has power and all the cabling has been done, I can just put the matter condenser here and we can work on the singularity. So we need to put a 64 ME storage component here, and we put this to matter condenser, and we put an export bus because we need to export 256,000 cobblestone inside, and one of that, and okay, I didn't have cobblestone, so this should work. So we're going to export 256,000 cobblestone inside, and each 256,000 will give us 1 singularity. It's going to take a long time. Maybe I should add another export bus. Here. Shouldn't be bad. What can go wrong? A lot of things, of course, but I don't care about this base anymore. We're not using it for anything. And we export it here as well. So are you going faster? Yeah, considerably. That's nice. It's almost ready, yes. So we have our singularity, and now we have to convert it to quantum entangled singularity. A singularity plus a pulverized ender pearl and a small explosion will give us okay, and an explosion. Okay, nice. I thought it does not damage the ground, but apparently it does. In any case, we get 2 quantum entangled singularities. Einstein will be so proud. I also made a stupid little contraption in order to make the processors from refined storage, because we are going to need a few 64K storage cells from refined storage in the ATM Star. Alright guys, I am now going to go and fight 12 more Chaos Guardians, and as you can see, I have already dressed up for the occasion. And I also realized that there is a potion of second chance, and it had a relatively easy recipe, so I thought I'll make a few and maybe we don't die that much. I don't want to die there. It was a pain last time to get my stuff back. There is also a soul stone from Cyclic, which also if we keep it in our inventory will save us from dying. And it's not that expensive, so we make a few and also test this one. Alright guys, I'm back at the end and I just want to set up a staging area here, and I'm also going to put my translocator inside my ender pouch because otherwise I have to fly here and I don't want to. We also drink our potion because it has a 2-minute effect, and yeah, okay. Do I die? No, oh, it has a thingy on the right. Fine. Let's go fight the Chaos Guardian. And do I need anything? Yeah, I need my dislocator. Good. So see you shortly. Okay, that was slightly stressful. I have to cancel this inertia cancellation because I'm not used to it, and apparently it affects my performance, and I'm not good at it, so we do it the simple way. Oh no 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 god. Chill, dude. Okay, you can have your island. I don't care. Alright guys, this is the last one and he is slightly crazy. Just look at him. I've been doing this for the past, I don't know, 2-3 minutes. Oh god, please stop. Please stop. Please, you're the last one. Just die. Yeah, have a heart attack. I don't care. Alright guys, the most difficult part of this episode is over now. Well, actually, we're also getting close to the end of the episode, but in any case, the most difficult part of the mod pack is over because now we have all the chaos shards that we need. And I'm very sorry that I could not show you all the fights. I just had to show you some highlights because when you travel 120,000 blocks, you get a lot of lag and the recording will be horrible. I just managed to salvage a little bit so that you see some of the fights. In order to craft the chaotic cores, we're going to need 14 fusion injectors, and we only have 10. I have to upgrade some of them from Vibrant Rebel to Draconic level, and we will be good to go. I have all the material we need in order to create 20 chaotic cores, and that's a lot of material, and oh my god, that was a long journey. I cannot believe my eyes. My precious. Finally. And obviously the last piece of the puzzle is to make 10 chaotic fusion injectors. Yes, we are done. Alright guys, it's also time to wrap up the episode. Hopefully by next episode we will have our all the mod star. I cannot believe that we finally managed it. In any case, I want to thank you all for watching and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next episode. Bye bye.